There exists a wedding so private, so impossibly expensive, that 8,000 guests had to sign a non-disclosure agreement just to attend.
$250 million. One night.
And a secret bride whose face has never been photographed in public. Inside the gates of Riyadh's Al-Yamamah Palace, on a single night in 2023, the wealthiest royal family on earth threw a wedding that broke every record.
$250 million. 8,000 guests. And not one photograph allowed. The guest list included 3 sitting heads of state, 21 members of European royal families, the CEOs of Apple, Microsoft, and Aramco, and a list of celebrities so exclusive that Tom Cruise reportedly cried when he was rejected. His invitation never came. The bride's dress alone cost $12 million. Designed in secret by Elie Saab. Hand-embroidered over 14 months by 17 artisans in Beirut. Set with 3,000 pearls harvested from the Persian Gulf. And a diamond brooch worn by Queen Marie Antoinette before her execution. Guests arrived on 300 private jets coordinated through a temporary air traffic control tower built just for the event. Riyadh airspace was closed for 48 hours. The Saudi royal family covered every fuel cost. Total estimated bill, $18 million. Dinner was prepared by 12 3-Michelin star chefs flown in from across Europe, including Yannick Alino, and Sophie Pic, and Massimo Bottura. The menu had 27 courses. Each plate was custom gold leaf porcelain. And every guest kept theirs as a parting gift, worth $50,000 each. The ceremony lasted exactly 40 minutes. Conducted by the Grand Mufti of Saudi Arabia personally. The exchange of vows was witnessed by King Salman, who reportedly wept during the ceremony. Cameras were strictly forbidden inside the ceremony hall. Even the security cameras were covered. The Royal Ballet of Monaco flew in 200 dancers for an exclusive 40-minute performance choreographed specifically for the bride, reportedly costing $6 million alone. The piece had never been performed before and will never be performed again. The music was composed by Hans Zimmer in complete secrecy. At midnight, the largest private fireworks display in human history lit the Riyadh sky for 90 minutes. Designed by the same team behind the Beijing Olympics opening ceremony. Visible from 30 kilometers away. Estimated cost, $9 million. 3 private jets had to be rerouted. Each of the 8,000 guests received a parting gift worth $30,000. The closest 100 guests received custom Patek Philippe watches commissioned for the wedding, engraved with the date and royal seal, worth $240,000 each. Untraceable on the open market. Beyonce performed 3 songs for $9 million. Andrea Bocelli sang Ave Maria for $4 million. And the Vienna Philharmonic Orchestra played for 2.5 hours under the direction of Daniel Barenboim. None of the performances were recorded. None were ever streamed. The service staff numbered 4,000 people. All vetted by Saudi intelligence over 6 months. Each signed a 50-page non-disclosure agreement. The penalty for any leak, a $500,000 fine and a permanent ban from working in any palace in the kingdom. The groom was Prince Mohammed bin Salman's cousin. The bride was the daughter of one of Saudi Arabia's richest commodities traders. Their family's combined fortune is estimated at over $14 billion. The marriage was reportedly arranged when both were 12 years old. The bride received 11 separate jewelry sets as gifts, worth a combined $87 million. The centerpiece was an emerald necklace once owned by the Empress of Iran, stolen during the Iranian Revolution, recovered through a private intermediary in Geneva, returned to royalty after 44 years. After the ceremony, the couple departed on a 280-meter Lursen superyacht, named Aramis, crewed by 64 people.
including a personal physician, a chef from Le Bernardin, and a sommelier flown in from Domaine Romani-Conti.
Their honeymoon will last 4 months. The first stop was the family's private island near Sardinia. 8 kilometers of pristine beach. 3 villas. A staff of 40. A helicopter pad. And complete isolation from satellite imagery. The island officially does not exist on any map and cannot be visited under any circumstance. Security cost $22 million alone. 600 operators from Saudi Royal Guard. Plus former Mossad. Plus a Swiss private firm specialized in royalty protection. The airspace was patrolled by F-15 fighters. The entire perimeter sealed by underground sensors capable of detecting a tunneling team 300 meters deep. Floral arrangements alone cost $4 million. 300,000 white orchids flown in from Thailand. 60,000 roses from Ecuador. And a single 10-meter tall floral sculpture designed by Jeff Leatham that took 2 weeks to assemble. After the wedding, it was dismantled and burned, as tradition requires. The wedding cake was 12 meters tall. 16 layers. Designed by Sylvia Weinstock from New York. Decorated with edible 24-karat gold and 300 handmade sugar roses. Each one taking 8 hours to perfect. The cake cost $1.2 million and was not eaten. It was preserved in a refrigerated vault in the palace for future display. The bride's wedding gift from her father was a private observatory, built into the rooftop of her new palace, with a 40-inch reflecting telescope, the same model used by NASA. 2 astronomers from Caltech were hired to maintain it and guide her stargazing personally. The bride is a self-taught astrophysicist with a master's from Oxford. The wedding gift from the groom to the bride was a stable of 12 pure white Arabian horses, each direct descendant of Abbas, the legendary stallion. Combined value, $34 million. Cared for by a permanent staff of 15. Including a veterinary surgeon who lives on the property. Adele was invited to perform but declined. So was Taylor Swift. So was Bruno Mars. Each of them allegedly turned down offers of $15 million for a single 40-minute set. The reason none accepted has never been confirmed publicly. But sources close to the royal family blame conflicts with their respective record labels. The couple watched their first film together as husband and wife in a private cinema built specifically for them. Capacity, 50 seats. They were alone. The film was Lawrence of Arabia. The original 16mm print restored personally by Steven Spielberg. The screening lasted 3 hours and 47 minutes. The bride reportedly fell asleep. On the morning after, the couple hosted a traditional desert ceremony outside the palace. 200 guests in white robes. 40 camels imported from Yemen. A live falconry display. And the slaughter of 100 lambs for the breakfast feast. The Bedouins who participated each received gold coins worth $15,000. The most expensive moment of the wedding was not bought with money. It happened during a private breakfast on day 2. King Salman blessed the couple personally, held the bride's hand for 15 minutes, and whispered something to the groom that no one else heard. Witnesses say the groom was visibly moved. Some reports say he was crying. The bride was gifted a marriage contract written by hand in 1472, containing the marital agreements of one of the earliest sultans of the Ottoman Empire, worth alone an estimated $400,000. Now sealed in a vault in her new palace. She is the youngest woman ever to own a document of that historical significance privately. The total guest list of 8,000 people was a third of what was originally planned. The Saudi royal family asked 20,000 acquaintances to remove themselves voluntarily. Most did. A small percentage refused. None of them were ever publicly identified.
none were ever invited to a royal event again. Behind the celebration was a business deal. The wedding aligned two of the largest commodities trading families in Saudi Arabia. Combined oil contracts now exceed $40 billion per year. The wedding was the public seal on a private agreement that has been in negotiation for 7 years. After the celebrations ended, the couple disappeared for 16 days. Their whereabouts known only to a small group of palace security personnel. They were not seen in any public space. Their phones were turned off. Even their parents could not reach them. They were having a real honeymoon. Most of the wedding gifts have never been seen again. They sit in a vault 3 levels below the Royal Palace. Worth more than $100 million combined. The vault has never been opened publicly. Only one person besides the bride and groom knows the access code. And that person is sworn to silence for life. $250 million. 8,000 guests sworn to silence. A bride whose name has never been published. And a groom whose face has appeared in public photographs exactly twice in the past 3 years. The most expensive wedding of the century happened. And almost nobody outside that palace ever saw it. Until now. If you want to live like the billionaires they envy, smash that like button. Subscribe for more exclusive content on the secret lives of the ultra-wealthy. And tell us in the comments, would you accept an arranged marriage worth $250 million? God bless.